Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm finally here with my top 10 niche fragrances for summer. I'm looking at them now, and I have not reviewed, I think most of them. I think I've only reviewed 1 out of 10. So, again, I've mentioned this before, I don't want a long video. I will review whatever you want me to review. Just comment it down below. There is one here that I really want to review. I might do this one after talking about the one that I've already reviewed because it's a really good summer fragrance and I feel like it needs more talk. And I actually have a discount code from the website you can get it from, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm right about that, I'll pop it up here. But first, let me talk to you about the one that you guys have seen me talk about a million times before from the house of Alexander J. It's Zafir Vinnie. Now, you guys already know I absolutely love this. This is a sweet coconut fragrance that has gourmand tendencies, but I absolutely wear to the beach because I think that this is like the perfect beach day fragrance. Yes, it is, you know, a little bit on the gourmand side. I don't necessarily find it to be too gourmand to not come off as a beachy coconut fragrance. So it says that it contains oud, but to me it comes off as a woody background. If you're super sensitive to oud, maybe it's gonna come off that way. I'm not, unless it's like legit oud, and I mean stanky oud. This is not stanky oud. To me, I get the coconut. It's toffee, so it's coconut toffee, vanilla. It says it has leather. I don't really pick up too much leather, but like the tonka bean, the ylang ylang, all that stuff combines to have this like really nice, sweet, creamy coconut. You will get the toffee, I'm gonna say that, but I think it smells so good. This is probably one of my favorite. If this is considered a gourmand fragrance, then this is my absolute favorite gourmand fragrance. I think it's that good. If you haven't checked this out already, I would highly recommend it. Even if you were to buy a bottle, they're pretty inexpensive, especially for niche. I think you can get them for like $60 or less for 100 ml. And again, it smells so good if you like coconut. Next. All right, so this one, I already told you guys I was gonna talk about. This one was sent to me, but as a disclaimer, I picked it out because you guys already know how I feel about my summer fragrances from the house of Nuit Nomad. It's Sunbleached. Just for anyone out there that cares, this does, in fact, have a magnetic cap. I know some of you guys care about that. I don't necessarily care about it, but I do like it. So this, I'll read a couple of the notes and then kind of talk to you about it because I don't think you've seen it other than on my Instagram before. It has ambrette, bergamot, cardamom, linen, white flowers, white musk, vanilla, myrrh, and sandalwood. What this really smells like is a second skin. I'm gonna spray it right now just to get another hit. It literally smells like if you've been out in the sun. It kind of has that like sun-kissed skin vibe. It's definitely not a try-hard fragrance. So if you're going to the beach and you're kind of going out, okay, it's wafting in the air now. It does have a nice musk to it, which I absolutely love. That's what gives it that kind of second skin vibe. To me, this is a really sexy fragrance. It has kind of like a lotiony vibe. It just feels like you're not trying hard. It has like a really natural, pretty vibe. By that, I mean, it just comes off as I just smell good. I didn't spray anything. Maybe this is just what my skin smells like because it's hydrated. And it smells really good. So even the people that I have in my life that aren't really big fans of fragrance, don't love that I wear fragrance, really liked this one because it's subtle. It just smells good, but it smells second skin good, which sometimes you want that, especially on a really hot day at the beach. Yeah, I really like that lotiony vibe that I get out of this one, and that's why this is one that I reach for when it's really hot. I mean, it literally is called Sunbleached, but I'm telling you, it just, you get that sun-kissed skin vibe, and it is amazing, at least to me. I'll pop a discount code up here and down below. I'm pretty sure I have one, so if I do, I will. Next. All right, so now I feel like since I already talked about one that is borderline gourmand, let's go ahead and do pretty much a gourmand fragrance next. This one is a little bit different to me, and it's from the house of Acqua di Parma. It's Acqua di Parma Mandorlo di Sicilia. So this is a vanillic fragrance, but what you'll notice in the opening, although it dries down to kind of a vanilla ice cream, the opening you get root beer float, and I think it's like really nice and really sparkly. So if you're looking for a summer gourmand, I think this is actually a really good one. Gourmands aren't my favorite, but when they're done in a summer style, oftentimes I do actually really enjoy them. And this is one of them just because it's like really fizzy in the opening. If you like the smell of root beer, you're definitely gonna get that in the opening of this. Kind of like a root beer, cream soda, like float situation, but I think it smells really, really good. And the price of these Acqua di Parmas, I think this is 150 ml. I got it for like, I don't think very much, maybe like $50 or $60 for a tester. It's big. So it's 150 ml is about 5 ounces. If you're into gourmand and you want to try something that is appropriate for the summer, I would say this. And to me, it's really unisex because I mean, the root beer float doesn't really go one way or the other. This is one that you just got to try it to understand what I'm saying. But I promise you, I've had friends that also said the same thing. Once you hear that it smells like a root beer float, you will not be able to unsmell it. Next. All right, this one I haven't talked about, but a lot of other people have. From the house of Simone Androli, it's Malibu Party in the Bay. I'm not gonna go into too much detail on this. It's got a coconut lime. It's got a coconut note. It's got a lime note. For a lot of people, this is the more intense version of Virgin Island water. To me, you get more coconut in here. I had Virgin Island water a while back and I sold it and got this. And it's also, I never tried the old one. I had like maybe a 2019, 2020, something like that. Probably a 2019 batch. It was not super strong and I definitely got a lot more lime than coconut. In this one, I feel like it's more balanced and it's definitely louder. Actually, everything that I've tried from Simone Androli, I only have 3 other fragrances, but have been pretty loud. Leisure Party in the Bay, which I would say reserved for spring and fall, is louder, but this one, for what it is, kind of a lime coconut fragrance, it's pretty loud. You'll get better performance. If you're looking for something with Virgin Island water that feels more intense, I would definitely try this one next. Let me do the one that has coconut in it. I got a 32 ml because I was like, it's a sample, but I'll probably never run out of it because it's pretty big. From the house of Mancera, it's Mancera Holidays. All right, so this is that coconut sunscreen vibe all day. And it's loud. It has a good dose of sweetness in it. I'm gonna spray it. Why not? It smells really, really good. So if you liked Montal's Intense TR, but you don't want that kind of floral TR note, you wanna pull it back a little bit, Mancera Holidays is the one I would go with. And Holidays is more unisex than Intense TR. Intense TR does obviously lean quite feminine because of that floral note. This I feel like is down the center, in my opinion. I know some guys may not like it because again, it is sweet, it is coconutty, but it's got that sunscreen vibe, and I know a lot of people like that. Next. Let's go ahead and do one from the house of Atelier Cologne. Their sunscreen one, and it's called Lemon Island. These you can actually still get at some L'Oreal stores because L'Oreal's the parent company to a lot of these things. It says Lemon Island and you got that lemon note in there, but this definitely has a sunscreen vibe. I think a lot of these, like probably half this list has a sunscreen vibe, but I really like that. The next one's gonna have that too. For me, beach vibes all day. It just smells so good. It's not a heavy projector, but if you want to wear something in high heat and not project too much, this is the one I would go with. And again, you can still find them online at a lot of discounters. I know they pulled out of the US market, but you can find them kind of everywhere. As of this moment, I don't know if you can find them at retail stores. I know Sephora used to sell them. I don't know if they do anymore. Check this one out if you're looking for something from Atelier Cologne that's really easy to wear for summer. Lemon Island next. All right, this one I have a decant of, and it was one that I didn't want to like because it's not cheap, but I like it a lot, and the people around me really like it. So this one I got a lot of compliments from people that I didn't think smelled me because I didn't smell it that strong on myself, but 6 hours into wearing it, people were saying stuff about it. From the house of Fragrance du Bois, it's Solstice. So this is 5 ml left of a 10 ml decant. And I told myself when I ran out of it, I was probably gonna buy a bottle. I don't want to, but I have to. This one actually, I don't think you would think that it's that big of a compliment puller. I'm gonna read the notes to you. Okay, so the notes are apple, bergamot, mandarin orange, pink pepper, neroli, cardamom, nutmeg, pepper, vanilla, vetiver, and sandalwood. Kind of has a little bit of everything. The neroli is there, but you got that kind of like, I feel like nuttiness from the nutmeg. Vetiver is there. The apple isn't too prominent. The citruses aren't too prominent. To me, it just has this kind of like summery vibe. The sandalwood to me is what stands out the most. So I know that's a base note, but it's like the sandalwood is what ties everything together, and you got that sandalwood neroli combo with a little bit of nuttiness and maybe a little bit of sweetness. It's really not a sweet fragrance, not to me. When you smell it, you'll be like, oh, this is really pleasant. And you'll get a little bit of the bergamot, a little bit of the apple, but it's not crazy sweet. But the compliments are gonna be what surprise you, because this tends to like really get people's attention when I wear it. And I mean consistently. And I don't really smell it on myself that much. I do like 5 sprays of it out of this atomizer. And I'm telling you, like at the end of the workday, people will be like, oh, you smell really good. I like that one. So I'm like, wow, this seems to really get people. So I just tend to reach for it. I feel like I've already talked a lot about it. Next. So another real beachy one from the house of Histoire de Parfums. It's 1804. All right, so this one, it says that it's a really like fruity, kind of floral with tiara flower fragrance. It's got some vanilla in it, some sandalwood, some benzoin, a couple of other florals. You got jasmine, which I really don't detect much. This is a really clean floral fragrance. Summer all day. These atomizers are actually not bad either. The 1804, I think this is like a 20 ml or something, or 15 ml. It's so affordable. So if you're already kind of like deep into a collection and you don't need a lot of anything, these are super cheap. You can usually get them around 20 bucks, maybe 25, 30 if it's a tester or something. This is a really clean floral summertime fragrance with some fruits to add just a touch of sweetness. But it smells really, really good if you're really looking for something to clean and that you can dress up a little bit in the summer, in my opinion at least. Hold on. I have stuff everywhere, so I'm trying to find some clean skin. No, that's not it. Right here. This is one that'll catch you off guard too, because you'll just keep getting wafts of it through the air. It's not crazy strong, but as you walk around and the heat gets on it, you'll get wafts. Yeah, I really like that. If you want something with kind of a little bit of that like clean floral feel, but a touch creamy from some vanilla and some of that tiara flower and just a little bit of fruitiness without being really sweet. It says that it's sweet and fruity. It is fruity. It's not crazy sweet though, in my opinion. This, for me, although it leans a touch feminine, would probably be something that's really unisex, but when a man wears it, they would want to do like a nice linen button down with it, because that would be the look that you'd be going for, something a little dressed up. Honestly, I think it is very unisex, but it's just not like a t-shirt fragrance. It's something a little nicer. I like that about it. So I think I've actually talked about this one quite a bit before. If you want any reviews on any of these, I will do them. Just ask for them down below. Next. All right, so this next one, I do not remember if I talked about on this channel. It is from the House of Parfums and Michelob. It's not Desire Toxic, because that is obviously one of my top 3 fragrances of all times, but it's Oseeto. The story about why I had this little bottle is I was getting my friend a bottle and I wanted free shipping and I needed a little bit more, and I was like, oh, the 30 ml is fine, and I kind of wanted to get it engraved, so I got if you can probably see Glam finds on there, because I thought that was pretty cool. If you want basically an aquatic fragrance, but definitely in the niche category, a little sea salty. I think a lot of people would consider this a little mineralic. Spray it. But compliment getter for me. It's definitely different, but good different. Like, this is one that when I wear tends to get good attention. Again, it needs to be high heat because that's when it shines. It does smell really, really good. It does not project very much, but you'll get wafts of it in the air and you'll get a good sillage cloud. Speaking of projection, let's talk about this next one from the House of Montal. It's Montal Fougères Marine. I actually couldn't find a bottle of this, so I ended up buying this 32 ml. And this is kind of an old school aquatic fragrance. And it'll remind you of fragrances from the past, but I really like it because I like some of the more nostalgic stuff. I think this is what people compare to the old school Tommy fragrance. I think it's nice because, again, nostalgic fragrances are awesome for me. It definitely projects. It definitely has an old school throwback feel. So if you don't like that, just know that ahead of time. Maybe sample it because the reviews of this are all over the place. There is oak moss, but it's really, for me, oh no, I just sneezed and ate a lot of that spray that was in the air. So anywho, seawater, lavender, geranium, oak moss, musk, and patchouli. Old school vibe gets compared to the old school Tommy Hilfiger. That's the main one. I don't have that. This for me performs really, really well, and because of that you'll get a lot of compliments because people can really smell it and they tend to like it. Again, old school feel, but really, really nice. If you've tried any of these fragrances, comment down below. If you want a review on any of these fragrances, comment down below. As always, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, if you'd like to be subscribed to my channel, hit that notification bell to get notified when I drop another video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!